Okay, bowling review, second semester final, frame 4. Frame 4, continuation on from frame 3 with exponents. Now they are negative exponents. Reminder with negative exponents, they're not allowed. Cannot have an answer with negative exponents. If you do have negative exponents, you need to take care of them. But first, you follow the rules from frame 3 of any properties, the multiplication, the addition, the power of a power. So in this first problem, you will do each entry. 3 gets a power of 5. X to the 6th gets a power of 5. Y to the negative 4th gets a power of 5. And sometimes you show all of your work and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can do part of those in your head. Be careful that this is not multiplication. This is a base of 3 with a power of 5. You have an integer 3 to the 5th power. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is a lot. I think it's 243. X. Now you have power of a power. 6 times 5 is 30. And with the y, power of a power, you get negative 20. Everything's fine except for the y. You can't have a negative exponent. If you do have a negative exponent, it belongs in the denominator. 243x to the 30th stays in the numerator. Y to the 20th moves to the denominator. Don't just move the 20, move its base with, and change your negative to a positive. Final answer. Over here on the next one, there are no power rules that you have to do, no exponents. You have a 2, an m, an n, a p. None of them are alike. None of them have extra powers. The one that does not belong up here in the numerator is m to the negative 4th power. So let's move it to the denominator. The 2 stays. What is anything raised to the 0 power except for 0 itself? Assuming n isn't 0 here, if n is any other number, if you raise something to the 0 power, it will always equal 1. So we can turn that into a 1. 2 times 1 is 2, so it's gone. P to the 2nd power stays up here in the numerator. M to the 4th, changing the negative to a positive, belongs down there in the denominator. 2p squared over m to the 4th. Anything positive stays up here, negative exponents moves down. Last one of these, you have 2p to the negative 6th over 3p to the negative 1. We have to do the rule of exponents first. Associative property. I'm going to associate the 12 and the 3 together. Those are integers. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Do that first. Then I'm going to associate the p to the negative 6 and p to the negative 1. Reminder, when dividing, you subtract exponents. Negative 6 minus negative 1. It's because they both have the same base. Keep the base, subtract exponents. Be careful on your minus a negative, very common mistake for most algebra students, and geometry and algebra 2 and pre-calc and calc. Minus a negative, you got to add them. That gives you p to the negative 5th power. Okay, so the answer would look like 4p to the negative 5th. But you can't have a negative exponent. Leave the 4 in the numerator. It doesn't have an exponent. Move p to the 5th to the denominator. Final answer. All right, go ahead and try frame 4 and stop this video.